We are. Happy.
To another
Yes.
live edition of what do we call it? Live feed reads.
Live
I
feed reads.
read your host, Jason Crawford, the Ed McMahon to my Johnny Carson. It's
Right.
a beautiful day out here. Got a little breeze
Sure
out
is.
the window here in Parsons. It's I don't know what's the temperature, 80 something. Boy, that's nice.
Yeah. It's
Uh,
nice. It really
yeah,
is.
86, but that's fine. Beats 96.
Yeah.
Well, let's jump right into it. I got a
Okay.
call where a person was injured in a car crash, uh,
Okay.
a stolen vehicle, and
Okay.
come to find out the owner of the vehicle was at a gym, and I guess unfortunately, I haven't been to a gym in a while. No, but evidently, this gym, which it doesn't matter which, but had a spot where you could put your keys.
Okay.
And I
Okay.
guess what had happened was this individual, the thief, would watch people in these nice cars drive up and then see where you put your key, and evidently took the key and stole
Wait,
the
was it
car.
like a valet area
Nope,
or was it like a okay?
just
Just a
parking
okay.
lot. And they
Oh,
just watched
okay.
you, went in, and stole the car, and then ultimately crashed the car. And so the injured person wanted to know if they could sue the gym
Okay.
and or the owner of the car.
Okay.
All
All
right.
right.
So I
Okay.
said, well,
Huh.
I don't know. That's a new one. So let me look at the case law. Remember, that's
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
all these books I read it's called case law, and see what the courts system has held in a situation like that. All right.
So
That's
negligence
the topic.
is what you have to go for, right? That's what you're looking for.
Well, I want to see what the court says. Yes, you
Oh,
can,
okay.
or no, you can't.
Oh,
Because
okay. All right.
if the court says yes, you can, well, then depending on the nature and extent of the injuries, you may take the case.
Oh, okay.
If the
Understood.
court says no, you can't, well, then no, you can't. You don't take the case.
Interesting.
Right. And again, this
Ooh.
business, I've done it, I don't know, shoot, 26, 27 years. I
Dude.
can look at my diploma, I can't see that far, but a long time. And this was a new one. So I said, well, let me pull up a case or two. And I found one. And literally,
Okay.
I found one right on point, meaning directly
Exactly.
addressing this issue.
Nice.
So when you
Okay.
say
Okay.
right on point, which is hard, usually, there's that little, facts or circumstance or whatever that's a little
Sure.
different. Well, this one answered my
This is like a
question
copy
spot on.
paste. Yeah. Okay.
So it
Okay.
was a 2001 case in the Orlando area. And this
All right.
exact thing happened where a
Wow.
person had their keys up, they had their keys stored somewhere. And this one, because this is public record, this was a world gym in Orlando.
Okay.
Yeah. And by the way, I worked out with Evander Holyfield at the World Gym in Houston in law school, but that's neither here nor there.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
That's
it
really
was.
cool.
It was. He
Yeah.
was, dude. His shoulders are like this, and he's got this little
Yeah.
waist. It was just, he was cool. And
Yeah.
his
Yeah.
training partner was 7 or 8 time Mr. Olympian Lee Haney.
Wow.
His
Yeah.
legs are bigger than your body.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I used to
let me
play
go
his
back to it.
video game.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So
Evander
so
Holyfield.
that this what
It was a
happened
boxing
here,
game.
and again, this was an appellate decision, so it had to go through the trial courts one way or the other. This one actually, the judge in Orlando allowed the suit to go on against World Gym, since we're talking about that, and the jury returned a verdict in favor of the motorist.
Okay. The injured person. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So
Okay.
the judge says, well, I think it's a jury question, and we'll let the jury decide whether or not
Yeah.
World Gym is liable
Oof.
for having the keys on this in this area kind of
Right.
unsecured.
Were they expected to, yeah, secure them? Yeah, yeah,
Okay. Well, what do you think
yeah.
the Fourth District Court of Appeal held? Did the judge get it right, or was World Gym not responsible for the injury sustained to the motorist by the individual driving the stolen car?
Well, I don't know the details of the case, but I'm just
I
gonna
just
go.
told you. Guy walks in, steals keys, crashes car, hurts someone. Those are the details.
Yeah. Well, okay. Is there an agreement that they're gonna secure your property while you're in there working out?
No, but that didn't matter.
Okay.
They
Okay.
they discussed that. Good
Okay.
question. They discussed whether that agreement existed or not. And
Okay.
that agreement, just so you know, that would have provided the owner someone to point the finger at if the
Right.
owner had been found liable.
Right. Right.
So
Right.
that
Right.
would have
Exactly.
been, if they, one way or the other. But good
Yeah. Like I
question.
turned my stuff over to them. They were supposed to secure it. They didn't. That's not my fault, right? That would be the idea.
Well,
Um.
and funny because that's also there's a shopkeeper's privilege. If you take your car to a mechanic shop
Okay.
and they're test driving it
Okay.
and they crash, you
Okay.
as the owner of that car is not responsible to the injured party in that situation. Whereas normally the owner of a vehicle in Florida, under the
Everybody
dangerous
liable.
instrumentality doctrine,
Right.
is responsible.
Yeah.
So there's a mechanic shop exception that says no,
Ooh,
you've turned this over to a shop and they're the ones responsible.
that
But going
doesn't
to the
apply
other,
here
what
though.
else you thinking?
Yeah. So I'm thinking that because that probably doesn't apply here in a circumstance that they aren't able to hold the place responsible and they are going to hold the car owner responsible.
All
That's
right.
my thought.
Fair enough. Well, the appellate court disagreed with the judge and the jury and said World Gym is not responsible.
Okay.
And they said this was a simple theft, and if your car's truly stolen, called conversion,
Right.
uh, the owner's not responsible as well.
Okay.
Okay, so let's continue
Yikes.
though.
Yeah.
Because the general rule is that there's no duty to prevent the misconduct of a third person, right?
Okay. On the gym. The gym doesn't
Well,
have a
just the
duty.
general rules, no common law
Oh.
duty to prevent the misconduct of third persons.
Oh,
But there
okay.
are exceptions, and we're going to talk about that. Well, let's do this.
All right.
Let's say you leave your car running at the 7-Eleven parking lot when you run in to grab a soda.
Never
And
do
we've
that.
seen this where
Yeah.
cars are left running and nobody's in it.
Gone. See ya. Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
is the person, the owner of the car in that situation, responsible for
100%
any injury
yes.
sustained in his or her stolen car?
My guess is 100% yes. That's my guess.
Hit the bell, Johnny. Ding, 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 ding.
Hey. That's a
All
good one.
right. Number two,
Okay.
let's
Yeah.
say your car's not running, but you leave your keys in the car unlocked when you run into the 7-Eleven to get a
Yep.
soda.
Okay.
And it's stolen and is later involved in a crash where someone is injured.
Yep. I believe that you are still 100% responsible for that. That's
Ding, 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 ding,
negligence.
ding, ding, ding. You were right, Johnny. You are.
Okay.
Because it's foreseeable
Yeah.
that someone's going to steal your car
Yes, it is.
with it running, or
Yeah.
you leave the keys in it.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, why? The sad thing is, to be
It's
quite
sad.
honest,
Yeah.
that had to be decided by the Florida Supreme Court, meaning
Mm.
there was one of the district courts of appeals that said, no, you're not. And one of them said, yes, you are. And remember, if there's a
Yeah.
conflict among the circuits,
Okay.
Supreme Court has to say, yes, you are, or no, you're not. They have to decide
Right.
because remember, the law can't be different in Tallahassee than it is in Miami
Right. Yeah.
or
Yeah.
Jacksonville and Tampa. The law has to be uniform throughout the
Right.
state of Florida. And so if one district court
Right.
says one thing and another district court says another, the opposite, Supreme Court has to say which way it's going to be.
Right.
All right. So and so obviously I told this individual nothing I can do for you.
Oh.
And once again, I'm the bad I'm
You're
Tony
you're
Montana. I'm the
the
bad
guy.
guy. I'm the bad guy. When it's just there's nothing you can do. the law is the law, and
Oh,
I don't make it. Like I said, I don't, Jason. I don't build them. I just fly them.
so the gym isn't responsible because it didn't have a duty to stop the third party. Is that correct?
Yeah,
And
basically
then
that's it. It didn't have
it's
a duty.
treated by the individual. The individual is treated as if their car had been stolen without negligence, and
Correct.
they're not held liable. So legal from a legal standpoint, there's just no one to hold liable except the person who crashed it. How do you do
Yes,
that?
I think the term is SOL.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, and then good luck with that. That
Did the
person's
criminal
probably,
have insurance? Bodily
yeah,
insurance?
well, don't you wish. Now, I will tell you this, and I can only preach this about every episode.
Yep.
What could Jason or the individual that was involved in the crash with the stolen car do to protect themselves? What insurance could that person purchase?
Uninsured motorist? Is that the one?
Jason, ding, 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 ding.
Hey, I'm winning.
You're,
I'm
you're
winning. I'm
learning
winning.
here. Boy,
Hey,
I'll tell you what,
I'm
we're
winning.
educating you. Yes,
Take me, take me to the hard rock. I'm
uninsured
winning.
motorist coverage. Because
Yeah.
guess
Okay.
what?
Yeah.
Now you can recoup, you know, compensation, made whole, whatever terminology, for your
Yeah.
medical bills, lost wages, and injuries.
And
If
I'm
you
guessing
don't
this
have,
person didn't have it.
well, they did not, of course. You
Yeah.
know, yeah.
Okay.
And also, what I found out, just on a side note, and I don't know if we talked about this last week, back to
Hmm.
uninsured motorists. Do you know how many Floridians are driving around with no insurance at all? And with all credit, because of the
No.
cost of insurance in Florida, which is the highest in the nation. What percentage?
Jeez. I don't actually know that.
Do you have your whoa cheered
Yeah,
up?
I do. I
Yeah,
do.
26%.
Whoa.
Those
That's a lot.
little ones.
That's a lot.
Dude, one out of four cars.
That's 1 in 4 cars that you pass.
So
Dude.
what do we need, Jason?
Uninsured
Uninsured
motorist
motorist coverage.
coverage. Yeah,
All
man.
right,
Yeah.
so this one's going to be a little shorter. Let's see
So,
though.
yeah, so
Go ahead.
yesterday I was on the way to a meeting and I got held up because the car, 2 lane road pulling out of my house up here, um, their headlights kissed. They head on collided on a
Oof.
2 lane road.
Yeah.
And I'm
Cell
like,
phone.
how do you,
Cell phone.
yes,
Yep.
bro, yes. I was like, how do you even do that in the middle of the day? I mean, unless you're a day
Cell
drinker
phone.
or something like that, you've got to be distracted driving. You
Of
must be
course,
distracted
dude.
driving in order for that to
Everyone
happen.
sees this. I was on 275 this
Dude,
morning, eight in the morning, 8:30. Rush hour traffic, 3 lanes. I'm in the middle lane. Look to the left, dude. There was a girl, young girl, teenager or older, but younger, just hacking away at the phone. I'm like, are you kidding me?
kidding me?
Rush
Yeah.
hour traffic. We were doing about 55. It wasn't stop and go. And I'm like, my gosh, really?
Yeah, put your phone down.
Yeah.
Like,
Hold on a second.
seriously, it's not that important. It can wait 5 minutes till you get where you're going. Send a picture or a selfie later.
Hey,
Who are
look
you
who it
talking
is,
about?
people.
Oh,
It's
okay, yeah.
Lee and Reed. You're on
Hey!
live feed read with Jason and Paul. How
Yeah,
are
we're
you?
ranting. Go ahead.
Good. How are you?
What's the weather
Good.
like up there in Manhattan?
It is in the 60s right now.
What?
Jason, is it me or does it sound like Leanne's still in bed?
She's
No, I'm
yawning,
not.
bro.
I've been
That's a
awake since
yawn.
9 a.m.
Do what?
Yawn.
I said, no, I've been awake for a long time.
Oh, well, get this. You know how
She's stretching, Paul.
here in
She's
Tampa,
stretching.
Leanne has blackout curtains. Up in Manhattan, she does not. Well, you're gonna like this. The when daylight saving falls back an hour, right?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
going to get daylight even an hour earlier for you.
Are you joking?
No. She's
No,
never had daylight savings time before. Like,
it's in October.
yeah.
I'm really going to be awake at like 5 a.m.
Yeah. Well, I have blackout
The
curtains.
opposite.
I have blackout curtains, so don't call me and don't text me. Yeah. What else? What do you got planned
Poor
this
Leah.
weekend?
Says town.
Hmm.
Gonna go to dinner tonight.
Hmm.
With Chris Rock?
Yeah, Chris Rock will be there.
And then her uncle, my brother, the Marlins play the Mets next week.
Yeah.
So she's going to go to a 1 or 2 Mets games. So that's
Oh,
cool.
they're going to be up there? Nice.
Did you get tickets?
Yeah, I already talked to him.
Cool.
I don't know if I'm going to go because I got to figure out. I have a trial coming up, TV World or Computer World or whatever. And I don't know if it's going to be October 2nd or October, whatever that next week is, a 2-week trial docket. And I don't know when I got to pick a trial. But either way,
Yikes.
Come for like one game. I don't know.
I'm not flying up for one game. Either way, well, we'll see. I got to go online. The judge's supposed to have that up. But either way, what else is going on? So it's 60 degrees. That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful outside. I'm hanging up photos right now on my wall.
Lovely.
And it's
Nice.
going quite comical. I think one of them's crooked.
All right. All right. We don't want to take up too much of your time. I love you, and I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Okay. Well, Jason, I don't have, I'm thinking, so what have we learned?
Uninsured motorist coverage is very important.
Important. Number two is if you're at one of those gyms locally,
secure your stuff.
Yeah, unfortunately, because again, this person here waited for you to park. He wanted a nice car or otherwise.
Yeah.
Waited for you to walk in, and you know better than I do. These people aren't watching your keys or your clothes or your purse or your wallet, 24/7. So they just all you got to do is turn your head and they're in and out.
Yeah, and I don't have anything anybody would want to steal because I don't have nice stuff. But still, I'm paranoid about leaving any of my stuff behind and locker.
I can't imagine. But either way, even sitting it down. I haven't been. If the locker rooms, do they have? Do you bring a lock? I don't know.
Some of them have locks.
Yeah,
and some of them don't.
Yeah.
So, and I think if you bring your own, you can use it on them.
Yeah,
that kind of thing.
All right.
Man,
so secure your keys. Don't leave your car running or your keys in your car at the 7-Eleven or anywhere else. Buy uninsured motorist coverage. Don't text on your phone. It's ridiculous. You're just going to kill somebody. And remember, they are now prosecuting people.
That guy got 40 years to life.
Yeah. Look at you.
Yeah.
Look at you, Jason.
Bro, that one was crazy.
For crashing.
He killed a 13-year-old boy, I think it was. 13.
Yeah, he killed somebody and injured others. So, look.
Or he would have been 13.
Leave a little early. Slow down. Yes. Don't be impatient. Okay. Well, speaking of that, impatience. I'm coming up Fletcher today, 8 o'clock. Heavy traffic on Fletcher heading to 275. And I see this jackass in a white SUV just flying. Now, mind you, you can see the traffic ahead clearly. Mm-hmm. You can see the lights red, and he's just weaving in and out of traffic. Yeah, well, don't do this, people. But me personally, I gave him what I call the horn of death. He flew by me with his window down. I blasted him. Yeah. Don't do it at home, children. Right. But I blasted him. Okay.
Well, something to alert people to the fact that,
well, hold on. So now he's in the left lane. There's 2 lanes, and I go by him, and I see that he's rolled his window down. Right.
Nice.
Okay. So I don't say anything. I got Millie in the car, and we just go by. Well, traffic starts to move, and he's got something he wants to say to me.
Of course he does.
So, but I'm ahead. He's here, dude. He goes in one of those suicide turning lanes where you can turn left, and he passes 3 or 4 cars to come up to me to give me the finger.
Wow.
So, Millie and I look at him, and I just start laughing. And then he makes a hard right at the intersection. So what was happening was we were approaching the intersection. I don't know if it was North Boulevard.
Please tell me that there was a police officer.
Nah. But he wanted to give me that finger before he made the turn. So he passed people
he went up,
in the wrong way.
And then
so I was like, that's how my day started. Yeah.
What in the world? Karma.
Yeah.
Karma's
like
real.
I said, road rage. and I laughed at him, which probably made him even more angry. Good. And should I have honked the horn? I don't know. Probably not.
Someone's missing a Darwin Award that needs to be handed out.
But remember, people, even though I look 40, I'm 59 and I can't take it anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, give me.
All right,
Jeez.
so the Rays are doing well.
Do
My
I look
brother's the third base
42?
coach.
I don't
My
know.
brother's the third base coach for the Marlins,
Yeah,
and they're
man.
trying to get into the playoffs in a wild card spot. So let's go
Do
Marlins.
it. Cheer them on.
Other than that, the weather's supposed to be beautiful this weekend. Get out of the
Yes.
house,
It's gonna be great.
and that's all I got for you, Jason. Anything?
Oh, you got it. No, that's it. That's good. That's good.
All right, God willing, we will be back next Friday with another live edition of Live Feed Reads. Now, I think it's the 29th. I might be picking a jury, so we'll just have to play that by ear. The judge hasn't put the calendar up, but either way, we'll see you if we're here. And that's not all I got. Take us out.
You got it.
Read and read. It's like having a lawyer in the family.